Today we will look at the most important topics in Python. One is list, dictionaries, and tuples, and then we will use loops to extract elements from them. All right. So list, dictionaries, and tuples are considered objects in Python. And here's the breakdown to get more idea about lists and dictionary and tuples. So lists are mutable. We will look at in a few minutes, and dictionaries are mutable but unordered collection of key values and pairs, and but tuples are immutable ordered collection of items. So if we look at this list, so we have different fast food companies in the US. So we have the first item, we can say the item or the value that we have item is the Papa John, and then the second one is Panera, and then the third element the is Burger King, and the fourth one is McDonald's. And let's say I need to access the first element, so they always, it's an order list, so they start from 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So right now we have 1, 2, 3, and 4 elements inside this list, and list start with square brackets. All right, so that's all the difference between them. So that's mean we have list start with square brackets, and dictionary start with curly brackets, and tuple start with parentheses. All right, and if I press control and forward slash, then it automatically comment this cell. All right, so we have these four elements in this list, and let's say if I need to access this element, so what is on zeroth index. So we know that the first zeroth index has Papa John, and and we can also extract element from, so this is from left to right. Okay, so from left to right, so left to right means so that you can access from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. But if you need to access elements from right to left, then you use negative indexes. All right, so that's why I use this negative one to extract loss element. Otherwise, so this is also an equivalent to fast foods companies, and we can manually calculate how many elements we have inside. So we have 0, we have 1, then 2 and 3. All right, so if I type 0, 1, and 3, it will extract McDonald as well. All right. So there is a built-in method in in Python, that is ln, that will give you the total number of elements inside. So that is len, and this is the variable name that we have. So we have a variable name fast food companies, and we have these four elements. And I just forward the name of my list variable to this method len. It will give me total elements inside. All right. So we have four elements here. All right, in Python, so we discuss about that mutable and immutable. So Python's in lists are mutable in Python. Okay, so what does that mean? That we can override their values. So let's, because we already know that zeroth index has value Papa John, but we can overwrite its value. Okay, so that's a mutability. So in Python, mutability refers to ability of an object to be changed after it is created. Okay, but lists are mutable, meaning you can modify their content directly, but some some objects are immutable, like tuples, and meaning that you cannot change their value once they created. All right, so now I'm going to override the value of Papa John into Dunkin. So I'm saying now you can overwrite value from on index 0 into Dunkin. All right, so now if I look at what we have in this original list, so original list, in original list, if I run this cell, I have these four values. And if I now run this cell, you will see that the first element is replaced with Dunkin. So that's mean we override the values. So that's the mutability that provided to us by list in Python. All right, so we can also use slicing, because this is an order list. List is an order list, and we can use slicing on that. So that's mean I'm saying, and in this cell, I'm saying that I need elements. Skip the first one, but give me the rest of the elements from the dictionary, from the list, excuse me, from the list. So we skip the first one because order list start from indexes start from 0, but I'm saying that I need elements start from 1 and all the elements from the list. So that's mean we have Panera left, Burger King left, and McDonald's. So letting mean that if I now change it to two, it will give me then Burger King and McDonald's. So because we have only those two elements left, right? And we can also provide this is the start and this is the ending. So I didn't provide any ending here, so that's mean it will take from the starting point, and the stop is that mean all the elements if I do not provide any value here. But let's say if I provide the value, I am saying that I need a value from 1 to 2, so that will be up to 2, not including 2. So that's mean we left with only Panera 1 up to 2. So that's mean 0, 1 and 2. So I'm saying I need from 1. So skip the 0. Okay. So that's mean 1 we have here. In Burger King is on index 2, but we don't need index 2. That's in an up to. Alright. So we will get Panera left. But if I say 3, then you will get Panera and Burger King both. Alright. So that's the difference between in slicing. If you do not provide a value stop value, but if you provide, then it's up to. All right so now we covered the basic of list, but now let's look at let me actually remove the output, clear the output. Actually I don't want, so you can see the output. All right, so because I like to run these cells so you can get better understanding what I'm explaining. So now we have fast food, and that's a nested list, and we have a company name. So this is in a nested list. So we have index. So you need to count the skate brackets here. So we have the first skate bracket saying this is a complete list with three elements inside. Then we have a separated with comma. We have another list, three elements inside and separated with comma. And we have another list inside, three elements and they are separated with comma. All right, so now let's say if I need to access let's say 0 and 1, so they are also known. So this list is on 0th index, this list is on 1 index, and this list is in 3rd index. So now let's say I use food with nested list, and I need Starbucks, and the information that the minimum price for the latte is $5.0, right? So that will be, this is on 0th index, this is a complete list on 0th index, and this list is on 1st index. So if I provide 1, you will get Starbucks and latte and 5.0. And let's say I need to extract latte. Now you have again indexes start from 0, 1, 2. So with these are from 0, 1 and 2. So that's mean if I only need now latte, you need to enter 0 and 1. So that means start from 0, 0, 0. If I enter 1 and 0, that will you will get Starbucks. 1 of 1 latte and 1 of 2 will be $5.0 the price. Okay, now I'm meant I'm using 1 1, that's mean you will get latte out of it from the first list. But actually we, how many lists we have, nested list, we have actually 3 lists inside in this variable food with nested list. All right, so that's the idea that I have just explained, that now if I provide 0, you will get this list, and 0 0 means 0 0 means that 0th list is this one, and you will get Burger King out of it. All right, that's about lists in Python. All right, and lists are mutable as well. Okay, so now let's look at dictionaries. So in Python, lists start from, they have indexes, order indexes 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, but for dictionaries we have unordered list, unordered keys and items. Okay, so that's why I just have explained that dictionary mutable unordered collection of key value pairs. So we have keys and their values, keys and their values. That's mean we have keys and items, keys and items, keys and items. So if I look at, this is just a very small dictionary with one key and item, and we have, if I look at d dot item, it's a method. So this is the d is a dictionary, and d dot item, so it's saying that you have keys and items. Okay, now let's look at some fast food companies, right? So we have, so now look at, so we do not have 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 that we have before for the list. In dictionaries we have keys, and these are user defined, that you can have any keys, whatever you want. So that means McDonald's, and it's a fast food company, and then PepsiCo, it's beverage and it provides services, beverages and snacks, and Nestle is packaged food, then Tyson Foods, meat processing, and then we have, let's say, Chipotle, that provide fast food, casual dining. All right, so it's, we have keys, and these are elements or items, okay, in dictionaries, and they start, the dictionary always start with the curly bracket, okay, but list start with square bracket. That's another difference that we just have seen before. All right, so now if I need to extract values from here, so this is the key. So the variable name for the dictionary is food companies, and food companies, I'm saying what is the value for this key in this dictionary, so it will give me fast food. Okay, so we get fast food. And similarly, if we can say that what is, give me the value from this dictionaries, what Coca-Cola provide to us, that is with double quotes and Coca-Cola, and you will get beverages. All right, and you can add new elements into this dictionary by simply adding a new key. So I'm saying fast food company, this is the variable name that we have, and new company could be any company, and I'm saying this is my company, which, let's say, provides uh, mm, just fries. Okay, and so I'm adding new keys and values, values or items. All right, so now if you look at your dictionary, you will get that this is the new item that I have just created. But we can also override the same key with the new value. Okay, so same key, because you must be thinking that what will happen if I provide the same key one more time. So it will just overwrite its value or items. So new company, the same key we already have, and now I'm overwriting it with my company too. And if I run again, and you will see that it's now overwritten to my company too. You must be thinking a question: can I use slicing with dictionaries? So the answer is no, because you cannot directly use slicing on dictionary, but like you can with list or string. Why? Because dictionaries are not ordered sequences. These are not ordered sequences because these are user defined keys. There's no order here. That's why you cannot use uh, slicing in dictionaries. All right, so and the last one is tuples. As discussed before, they start with with parentheses, and these are the value, and they are also ordered list. All right, and we can access the value, their values exactly the same way we access with list, and they are immutable. Okay, because we have seen before that we can overwrite it, we can override the values once we create the list, like we did here, that fast food companies of zero index we change it to Dunkin'. But for tuples you cannot do like that way, okay, because they are immutable, and it will raise an error. The compiler will raise an error that's saying that this object, tuple object, does not support this assignment because they are immutable and you cannot change the value. All right, now I need to extract values using loops. So we discuss list, then we look at dictionary, and then we look at um, tuples. Now let's try to access it. And before that, we know how to manually extract values from lists, and how to extract manually values from dictionaries, and how to extract manually values from tuples. But you but what if I need to extract all values instead of just manually typing 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or up to there n number of elements could be in list, dictionaries, and tuples? Is in any way, so we can use loops there. All right, and let's say we already know that the fast food company, let's just show the fast food company how many elements we have. Fast food companies, oh, so we do not have fast food companies. Actually the name is, no, we have it. Let's run this one, and where we were, here. Yes, we have it. Actually, I don't know why the compiler is an error. So fast food companies, we have these values. We have values in fast food companies start from 0, 1, 2, and 3, and these are total how many elements we have that the function is len fast food companies. We have 4 elements. So we're saying the syntax is for is the keyword, and we have item inside where we want to extract from the variable name. That's the syntax, very easy to remember. So we have for is the keyword for the loops. We need to extract elements from or the values from there, from where we need to extract from here. That's the syntax. And and so we just extracted all the elements using loop. And for the dictionaries a little bit different syntax. Why? Because we have we have keys and values, keys and values, keys and values. That's very simple, that how many elements we have in list. But for dictionaries we have keys and elements, and for keys and elements there are built-in methods in Python, that the method is called items, how many items we have, because they are associated to each other, right? Associated to each other. If I use this fast food and items, if I run this cell, you will see that it's saying this is a dictionary. This McDonald is associated with fast food, PepsiCo is associated with beverages and snacks, and Nestle is associated with packaged food. So we actually, if we look at this one, these are separated with the comma, right? And we have actually outside, that's an also a list. So this method will provide you two things. The first one is on 0th index, and the second one is on the first index. That means we need to declare two variables to extract these both values from here. So these are again user defined methods, user defined variables. And that is the company we have first, and the second is the services. Instead of category, or you can say category, and or services they provide. So now we will extract from where, from these items. Okay. And so company will, so we have company here, and I just change the variable from here, and will I paste it here, and you will get all the values from these items. Okay. And all right, so we have company and services, and I think this must be confusing for you to understand why we have F here. Let's make it simple. Let's remove this one. Let's separate with comma here, and also remove this one here, because you are familiar with this index before, right? Don't use F and don't be confused here. So you will get the same thing, and you can put some text messages like strings like company is, and then you have the company, and then you can put separate comma and the category, and then now you see companies. And let me put one more string here, just to put a space, or maybe I put a semicolon here. Okay, so we have McDonald's category, PepsiCo category, Nestle, and instead of semicolon we can put dash, so make it look nice. All right. So the idea is that we can extract elements from dictionary using loops, but we need to have a two variables, because we have two values here. And we can also use a range method. Range method is, let me show you a range method first. Let me move this code. So range method is, so this is very simple. For items in fast food companies, how many items we have, extract all of them, all of them. All right, I'm extracting all elements from there. But let's say I need to use a range method. So this is a very simple for loop in Python. For I in range 5, so it's saying you need to run this loop 5 times. Okay, but this range method actually has start, stop, and step. These three, I'm sure they have start, start, stop, and step. Yes, the same thing. And let's say I start from one. Why I'm doing this? Because let's say I need to extract few elements like a slicing to extract element from list. Then this range method is very useful. I start from 1 and 5, then the loop will be 1, 2, 3, 4. You see the change? And let's say I need a step of 2 here, then it will be 2 and 4. No, 1 and 3 because start from 1. Okay, so these range method take three values, three parameters actually. That is start, stop, and step. And you can also press shift and back tab and it give you a full functionality of this method. Okay, so this is range start, stop, and then step. All right, so let's use the default value. Okay, so the step is 1 and it start from 0 because I'm trying to extract values from list. Okay, and they start from 0 indexes because the fast food companies we have here is this is the fast food companies in the list. And let's run this one again so we can extract values using range method here. So we have Dunkin', Panera, Burger King, and McDonald's, and it starts from here. So this guy is on zeroth index, this one is on first index, this is on second, and this is on third. That's mean we don't need the fourth one. So that's mean I need to run this loop four times, right? 0, 1, 2, and 3. 0, 1, 2, and 3. 0, 1, and 2, and 3. And if I run this loop, I will be using like for I in range this one, and I need to extract value. So now let's manually extract value first. So manually, because this loop is very important and you will get more idea about slicing, and also you're trying to become an expert in loops as well. Okay, because this start stop step is very easy for other programming languages to understand. For example, in C++, we have start, stop, and step, but in Python, they simply use like that way, and it's difficult for student to understand these concepts. But let me try to explain that what I'm trying to teach. So we have fast food companies. If I enter zeroth index, you will get Dunkin', and let's make it a single print statement. Print, and then separate with comma, and then I have fast food of 1 separated with comma, then we have fast food of 2, and then we have fast food of 3. I just trying to print all values because 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, you get Dunkin', Panera, Burger King, and McDonald's. You extracted all values from this list. All right. All right, so if you look at this one is actually 0, 1, 2, and 3, and this is the what we this range loop is also providing 0, 1, 2, and 3. So that's mean this I is the index. Okay, and we need if we I need to extract values, I simply use this fast food here outside and put this I inside. So that's mean the first iteration the loop will have 0, the second iteration the loop will have 1, the third iteration loop will have 2, and the fourth, sorry, third iteration, yes, the third iteration loop will have 2, and the fourth iteration loop will have 3. Make sense? So now I will get all these value from using range method, from list. All right, and now I can use slicing as well. Okay, if I use this one here, and you will see start from 1, so that's mean it will start from Panera and McDonald and Burger King. Okay, so that's very nice loop. All right, and let me tell you one more thing. Using loops actually it doesn't mean that you can only extract values from list. You can do whatever you want. Let's say start from 1 and up to 1, 2, and 3, not including 4. Okay, this the range is also the same, works like slicing. And I like to print, could be anything. Let's say I like to print hello world in Python. all right. And if I run this one, you will see 3 times, you will see hello world. So you can, it's like an iterations, repeating same thing again and again. But now let's go back to the same 56 cells. So it's repeating the same line of code 4 times. The first time it will print fast food companies. Let me actually put this one in a string so that you will get an idea. I like to, let's make exactly the same thing that we have seen here on cell 53. I'm trying to make exactly the same thing, and this is the fast food companies, and then separated with comma, and I need to put a scale bracket here, and let's concatenation. In Python we use plus for concatenation, then I use I inside, this is the index that we have, and then a concat again, I put double quote here, and then close the scale bracket and run again. Oh no, there is error that I think I also need to put double quotes here as well. Nope. And the problem is this, I need to convert into str string, and you see you see I produce exactly the same thing there. So now on zeroth index, let me make it equal also. So zero index we have Dunkin', on one index we have Panera, and second index we have Burger King, and third index we have McDonald's. Okay, this is exactly we have here. So it's just repeating the same thing again and again, this loop. All right, and yes, I think that's enough for today. This is the same thing that we have discussed above, and I believe now you will be clear with lists, dictionaries, tuples, and loops.